How's it, everyone? 1/6s, quarter scalers, statue collectors, all aliens that come down for a pint at the pub. Welcome to another edition of Figure This, Figure That, the Don's Figure Chat. Okay, today we're doing extra special pieces in my eyes. It's the ACI Roman General on an IC Customs diorama. Really grail piece for me. I searched for this for ages before I got one, and I was lucky enough to get the fully boxed Roman General from ACI, body, hands, the whole thing, and not just the kit. It's called ACI Roma Victor. Gargoyles are also from IC Customs, part of my Bat Chat diorama present. Over here, a one I waited for years, literally, is the How You Toys Rome Gladiator. All the armor is die cast, including the helmet, except the shield. The shield is not, but the pauldrons, the chest plate and the back plate, the gauntlets, chainmail, and greaves, all metal, plus his weapon, all metal. He also comes with this beautiful axe that the Gaul uses, that Maximus commandeers in the end. Look at the detail on it, beautiful, but it's a heavy piece, eh? So to get an arm to hold it, yeah, bit of a mission. There's his pauldrons that he wears in the gladiator arena. So if you come back to him, I'll start with him today. That chainmail should actually come off. It's on a Phaeacian body. I put it on the Phaeacian body so we can get some better battle poses with him. And yeah, we're going to be doing a couple of battle poses just now, but it's a magnificent piece, eh? Really is good. That's the diorama base he comes with. The back piece, I think, is supposed to be the Colosseum. But yeah, hey, I know it's small, but it adds to the flavor of this piece. I mean, look at the sword. It's die cast. Now, I actually thought the chrome was coming off, but it's not. It's meant to be like that. These guys wouldn't get good weapons, you know? They would get shit weapons. They weren't supposed to survive. So we come back to this boy, Maximus, as he is in the forest. This is just after the fight. Just now I'll show you him retrieving his sword from the tree. Yeah, compliments of IC Customs, Steve Weber. Beautiful diorama, eh? He's got his pennant for his legion. And if you remember in the movie, that SPQR is what he's cutting out of his arm when the black guy asks him, will that not anger the gods? The head sculpt is from Kit Chen, 1/6thKit. It's the best one out there at the moment. There's not many Russell Crowe Gladiator head sculpts out there unless you want to go the custom route. And if you notice, he's also on a Phaeacian body. And when I changed him to the Phaeacian, that tunic underneath, the pleather just disintegrated in my hands. So luckily I had two spare of these leather, real leather ones, because I've got two of these ACI figures. And if you look, his gauntlets are not from this figure. These gauntlets and the hands are from Hot Toys Thor. The gauntlets are from the How You Toys Roman General, because these gauntlets that come with him, the pleather just perishes and it looks so unsightly. So I thought, let me try those on him and see if they work, and they do. Even the fur round his arms, that was also courtesy of Steve Weber. He sent me some fur to do my figure with. And yeah, he's a magnificent piece. All the parts are plastic, but still, man, look at him. That's Maximus all day long. All day long. He's got a back plate as well as this front plate. These, oh, you can see one just popping out there. Those there, it's little rubber straps to simulate leather, and you've got to push. It's got a grommet on the end, and you've got to push it into holes, but it's got to line up. You can get them to line up, but the simplest movement and it comes out. So I'll push that one in just before we do the fight scene. There's the arrows in the tree, and there's a slit there where you can put the sword, but I'll show you that just now. But yeah, I'm over the moon with these two pieces. There is the art box, also super dope. There you can see the armor on him. So now I bought some chest mail for this figure from Pete Cass. You get a left arm chainmail, you get a front and back skirt of chainmail, because that's all he has. And plus he doesn't wear chainmail most of the times when he's fighting in the arena. But the helmet's super cool. That's heavy, eh? And it's metal as well. Everything is metal on this figure. As I say, except the shield. It's simulated wood, but still a nice touch. It's got two leather, well, pleather straps on the back with like a big butt handle in the middle. And while putting it on this morning, you know, the notorious glue, even though it's not from Hot Toys, yeah, it just came away in my hand. So I've got to re-glue that back on. But it's actually better using it like this. I took a gauntlet off and pushed the arm through the pleather straps, and it holds it a lot better and holds it in place. But look at these two beasts, man. How beautiful are those? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it up that we have Roman general fighting a Spartan Greek, or a Spartan, not Greek, and we'll have Gladiator fighting the Spartan. So that should make for a couple of dope poses. I'll do the knife in the tree pose, not the knife in the stone, and not King Arthur. And we'll show him retrieving that. I'll tell you what, with a Phaeacian body, even the stance is better. It just works so well, you know. Don't get me wrong, ACI bodies are good. They're really good. They're up there with coup models, I'd say. But yeah, it's an old figure, and I was always scared of joints breaking, or so I've kept the body in a safe place and dressed a Phaeacian M33 body for him. So as I say, there's the head sculpt from OneSixthKit. I think it's made by 11. I'm not too sure. You can pick them up on eBay, or you can go to his site, OneSixthKit. He's got figures, he's got all sorts. As I said, those are Thor Ragnarok hands. I thought they would look dope on this piece. Yeah. There's a lot of threading, especially when you take off this leather tunic. It's all threaded right the way up the back. And it's a nightmare to re-thread when you take it off, eh? But luckily with the Phaeacian, I was almost able to dislocate the shoulders to get it on. So that was quite dope. I didn't have to re-thread. But a beautiful piece. Beautiful piece. And he commands such a presence under lights in the display, especially when he's on this diorama. So yeah, and sorry Steve Webber, I know the sash is supposed to be higher, but whenever I put it up, it doesn't hold. So I might have to put a bit of sellotape on the back. It's the back tunic that it doesn't hold to. And these pauldrons, they also come, there's two little hooks on the front. I don't know if you can see them. Just there. And it's got well, actually it's a grommet that you insert the hook into, and then you go to the top shoulder, and where those leather-like straps are, those rubber things, there's another hole to put those things in. But it's such a mission, man. As I say, every time you move it, it bloody pops out. So I just hook them and place them. And you seem to get better poses that way out of him as well. I did have the cloak on him. I'm going to have a look at a video just now that I took the other day when he had the cloak on to see if it's worth adding to this, because he did look quite dope. But again, the fur is supposed to go around his neck, over the pauldrons, and drape down his back. Whoa, what a mission, man. So I just ended up putting the fur under the pauldrons, tucking it into the breastplate, and then putting the pauldrons on top. And it, yeah, looked quite dope. He looked warm. He looked warm for Germania. And I found out he was an actual person, but it didn't happen what happened to him in the movie. They took artistic license on that. Even for Marcus Aurelius, the emperor, he did die at Lodarno in Germania, but it was from a plague. It wasn't from his son killing him. And Commodus did rule as emperor for a while, but not for long. He didn't rule for long. So all of that was a bit fabricated, you know, but still one of my best movies of all time, Gladiator. That's why I was so happy to get this diorama and to get this piece. Doesn't he look dope, Look at that, man. That's beautiful. Really is. I just love the movie. This figure I adore. Yeah. I mean, I know some people call us toy collectors, but these are not toys, man. These are moments from movies. That's why they're called movie masterpieces. Well, that's what Hot Toys call theirs. But that's what these are. And I don't think they had the license to build this figure. That's why the likeness that it arrived with, the head sculpt it arrived with, I'll show you it just now, doesn't look nothing like Russell Crowe. The same as this one. Without the helmet on, yeah, it looks like William Dafoe in drag. But a beautiful piece. A beautiful piece. And I had that Kit Chen head sculpt on him and it just didn't work. Just didn't work. Especially on M33 body. There's the axe again. The shield. And yeah, he's just this is how he arrives. This is how he arrives. Except he's got 2 fists and all the accessories are in the box. The pauldrons are on him. Those he arrives with. I'll put the gladiator ones on him when he's fighting the Spartan. Doesn't fight a Spartan in the movie like, but he fights a Spartan here in my house. There's Argento and Pinto, his 2 favorite horses that he tells the Empress sister's son. But again, the Phaeacian body just lends itself to achieving so many more poses on this figure. The body was very similar to a world box body. It had double bend knees. I don't think it had double bend elbows. It was single bend. But yeah, I'm not really bothered because I always knew I was going to put a Phaeacian on it. It'll look better when I do put Pete's chainmail on and he's in the proper attire. He'll look very dope. Yeah, I'm super stoked with this piece. This is like a rubber skirt with little grommets placed on them, glued on. He's got a pair of shorts on underneath there, under the blue tunic. It has got sleeves, which it shouldn't have. It should be like that. No sleeves, cut off at the shoulder. And then you would see the chainmail underneath that long pauldron. So yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that with him. It won't be today though, because today's a video day. I just wanted to get these boys and give them some decent time on 4K with their new bodies. And I'm super stoked, super stoked at how they turned out. So the diorama has got a bit of a Grecian feel to it, or a Roman feel. As I say, that's a mini replica, supposed to be, of the Colosseum. And a lot of O's don't like it. Ask him, why not? Why not? It all adds flavor to the figure. I mean, can you can imagine these two on their own display shelf. Look at that, man. Okay, won't have the backdrop, or the boxes, or the gargoyles, but that doesn't matter. These figures don't need it. I just put them there just for the movie, you know. They actually magnetized on the back, and they stick on the side of my diorama, big diorama. You'll see it in the other videos, the earlier ones. But now I'm scared to use it because it was taking a knock here, a knock there every time we carried it. So dope box, it's from the Warriors 3 series. You get kit forms of this as well, where you have to buy your own head sculpt, your own body. It only comes with what you see, like on him now. The gauntlets, the pauldrons, the breastplate, the backplate, tunic, the undergarment, the greaves, and the trousers. And if you look at his feet, and it doesn't matter which way I do it, it looks like he's got 2 left feet. But it's not. It's the feet that he came with, brand new in the box. And yeah, there you can see it looks right. But you come across to this angle, and it looks like a left foot on a right foot. Oh, weird, eh? Optical illusion. Optical illusion, I say. Oh, yes, I love these two, eh? Okay, enough blabbering on. Let's get back to the show. And, yeah, let's try a quick pose off with the Spartan and the Roman general at first. No, first I have to do the knife drawing the sword from the tree. So it's going to be all about Maximus as the Roman general. And we'll put Roma Victor off to the side for now, till it's his turn to fight. So here we go. I'll leave you there with just a taste of what's to come. And I say, I'll be back. Okay, that's me back. Now we've got him set up. Just pulling out the sword. Still got a couple of arrows in it. And there he is, pulling out the sword out the tree, which I thought was a very dope touch by Steve Weber. It's IC Customs is supposed to, I'm just supposed to have the sword stuck in the tree, not him grabbing it. And it's been quite a mission to get him set up doing it. Those little rubber grommets under his arm there popping out and all sorts. So a bit of a nightmare, eh? But check how he looks. He looks dope, eh? Looks very dope. I couldn't add the flag because it was in the way. But nice, eh? So now you can see those rubber grommets. These ones here that replicate little straps across the armor. They're forever popping out. You just get them one side in and then the top one pops out. But yeah, look at that. Look at that, man. Look at that. It's like he's pulling his sword out of a bonsai. There you can see all the strings, little things hanging at the back. I don't want to cut them off in case I need to use them one day, you know. If something happens or I don't know, but they backstop. Backstop. You don't usually see them. They're usually well hidden. But today has been such a mission setting him up that by the time I'd had him set up and realized, I thought, nah, I can't go ahead with that and do that now. But what do you think? Eh? With those gargoyles in the picture. Soldier of Rome. An honorable soldier of Rome. Who is going to carry him? Oh, great movie. Brilliant, brilliant movie. Brilliant figure. Brilliant diorama. It's just bloody brilliant, man. Brilliant. And that leather tunic works a treat. And you can actually pick up the detail in the 4K on the actual tunic. You see it there? Yeah, I love this piece, eh? As if you didn't know. Okay, well, it was just a brief taking the sword out the tree appearance from Russell Crowe, Roman general. So I'll leave you gazing at the man that is the man, and I'll come back with a wee little pose again. Well, you'll see what it is. So with that said, I'll be back. Okay, that's me back. So this is the scene in the movie where he raises his sword to the troops on the battlefield as Caesar approaches. And he says to Caesar, look how they cheer for you, my Caesar. And the Caesar turns around and says, no, Maximus, they're cheering for you. So, yeah, also a very dope pose. And I can see some of the grommets have popped out again. Oh, man. Can't win, can I? Can't win. Yeah, that one's popped out. Bastard. Bastard. These pleather straps that hold the sheaths, they, on the other figure, they're on their way out. So I can see I'm going to have to make more straps for this guy like I did for Berserker Predator. But yeah, it is a dope pose, eh? I like it. I like it. You can see that in your display? I can. But yeah, it's not very practical like, because the sword touches the ceiling. Sometimes you have to bend the arm down to just fit it in. So I usually go for another pose. But in the open like this, yeah, why not? Why not? He's just pulled his sword out the tree, and now he's celebrating. You see that little black strip around the strap there? That's sticky back Velcro that I use to hold on the fur. Usually you don't see it, but in this instance you do, as you do see the grommets popping out. But to get him perfect for every pose would honestly take half an hour. So you've got to go with what you've got, you know? Well, that's what I think anyway. And I mean, he does look dope. You know, he doesn't look wrong. There's his short sword. He's got the long one in his hand. Yeah, I love this piece, eh? And I say that about 60 times a video, but I really do. And everyone knows who he is, you know? It's, well, I suppose it's like the Marvel stuff and Batman. Batman will always be my favorite, but I love me a bit of Roman general. I love me a bit of Roman general. In the core. He was in the core, he was. Yeah, I mean, look, they've even did the detailing on the sheath, which I think is a very nice touch. These little brass things, they metal on the real leather. Whoever did them did an excellent job. I can't remember where I got them from, but I'm so glad I did, because when I seen the pleather, when I took this front tunic off and the pleather came away in my hand, I mean, I would have started crying if I didn't have those spares. But yeah, there he is. Caesar! Caesar! Hey, hey, I should be an actor. You're lucky I don't start singing. Some of my songs from the Marines that we sang when we ran. No, you don't want to hear those. Do you? Nah. So yeah, I can't wait for someone to come out with a better head sculpt. Not that that one's terrible. I mean, it does look like Russell Crowe, just a very sad Russell Crowe. He must have just got the news about his wife and Lighty, his son, because he doesn't look too happy. And he's just won a huge battle. The last battle, he's going home. Well, so he thought. So yeah, Gladiator in the hoose. Gladiator in the hoose. Okay, that's enough of him in his celebrating pose. So I'll leave yous with a view of him raising his sword to Caesar. And yeah, we'll come back just now with a better fight pose. I will be back. Okay, that's me back. So that will be Maximus facing off against a Spartan. And it looks like his sword is going to get through first and slip up under the Spartan's neck. The Spartan who may not be named. So there's a Lacophaean pose. Still not the best, but you're hindered by what you can do with a stand. I would have liked to have had a diorama where I could face them off against. I know IC Customs is building a Colosseum as we speak for his gladiator figure on a horse. But yeah, that looks dope, eh? He looks alright. All his weight on the front foot for the lunge. And that sword is going to go right through this lad's neck. And you can see the sword is through the guard, unless this warlord can bring that sword down and stop Maximus's blow. So he can either come up with the shield, or he can strike his Maximus's sword with his. But yeah, dope little fight scene, isn't it? You know, I just thought you might like it. I think we'll have better fare with the gladiator figure, because Maximus really, you know, as a figure to pose and fight with, he's got too much stuff that comes undone, and so you can't get it there. You can see the thing has already come out right in the corner there. The rubber, whatever it is. But yeah, he looks dope, I think. You know, a little fighting pose, a quick little fighting pose. He's got this though drilled, I think. But then again, Maximus was a general of the army and he could fight. So it was no news to me that he would beat Disso. I had money on him to beat Disso. So yeah, put that in your pipe and smoke it. Okay. I just thought I would show a little fight pose quickly between Roman general and the Spartan. And it doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Not the best, but yeah, bit of fun, you know. So I'll leave you there with Maximus just about to strike the killing blow right through his neck. Or will the Spartan defend? Soon to come. I'll be back. Okay, now he's in shit. I've brought the big guns out. Gladiator himself. And look at that. A block with the shield, a thrust with the sword, and Warlord is finished. Finished, I say. But yeah, you can see the difference between the tan face of the front and the back. So ideally not a pose you'd like to keep him in your display cabinet like. But yeah, it is what it is, eh? Until a better head comes along. But so easy to pose with a Ephesian body. You still have to be careful, obviously. You know, he's got his new pauldrons on that he fights with in the arena. And if you look at the back of the shield there, where that hole is in the middle, you'll see there's one either side of his arm. That's where this big bloody escalator handle goes, because it's massive and it doesn't work. It doesn't hold in the proper pose. So I've taken his gauntlet off, as you can see, just to pose the shield nicely. So let's get another angle, what Sparta will be seen. There we go. Man of actions. Maximus, man of action. Yeah. I suppose ideally you would love music playing in the backtrack of watching these two, or having a look at these two while I pan the camera around, but unfortunately you've just got my dulcet tones. But I think he looks quite dope, don't you? I mean, if he loses his shield, he'll quickly run to the bench, get his gauntlet and put it back on. Easy as. Speak to the ref. At least he hasn't got 2 left feet like ACI. But yeah, check out that helmet, man. That is Gladiator, that helmet. And as I say, we've got him fighting against a warlord, yeah. The actor who cannot be named. He's also quite a dope piece. Not bad at all. He's growing on me. But the amount of pleather on him, the tunic, that's got me worried. Because I can just see that's going to go. Even with 303 wipes. It's not the best pleather at all. Oh, yeah. There we go. And I still haven't done the Pete Cass chainmail yet. When I do that, I'll do a separate video of actually putting it on, because it's quite dope the way he's designed it. Okay, so I just wanted to show you a little action on the camera. I think that looks quite good. Not bad at all, considering, you know. It's funny, when you pose them up for your cabinets, you're not thinking of him fighting the other dude. Like here, you can see this pauldron is pushing the helmet up. Can you see that? So that's why the helmet is not flush. It looks okay. You can still see his eye. But yeah. I actually wouldn't like, if I posed him, I wouldn't have it like that, obviously. Okay, I'm running out of shit to say, so I'm going to leave you here, watching the fight scene as Gladiator destroys his opponent. I'll be back. Okay, that's me back. This time I've changed him up. He's using the Warlord Spear that came with this figure to kill him. Simple as. But there you go. It was like a minute, not even, to just change out the sword, put the spear in his hand, bend a leg here, turn a waist there, and there you got him lacquer. He's standing on all his powers coming from that foot. As he leaps a little off there, as he leaps, he stands and he points the spear straight through his neck. But that looks dope, eh? The spearman, not the gladiator, the spearman. Yeah, I'm speaking shit today. Sorry. I've got avunculitis, whatever it's called. You talk a lot. As I say, you should have gladiator music playing in the background to talk constantly. It's hard, eh? Not easy. But he's worth it. He's definitely worth it. So the spear belongs to the figure opposite him. But when I first seen it, I thought, oh, what dopeness for Gladiator to use. Really looks good on him. And it looks good on Greek Fighter when he's in a launched pose, you know. But at the moment, he's just in that pose, and he's been annihilated by a Roman general twice, and now Gladiator with his own spear. That's not fair, eh? That's not fair. But see how the body just looks natural. You know, you've got to try and get that natural look so he doesn't look out of place. So the legs are bent. Yeah, I'm using a crutch grabber. Most times with the Ephesians you can get away with just standing, but he's such a heavy piece. What with the Ephesian and the stainless steel skeleton and then the die-cast armor, yeah, it's very difficult for him to stand on his own. Let's show you who he's fighting. He's fighting him, the Greek fighter who cannot be named. Shame, he's taken a lot of punishment today. Okay, well, this was just some silly pose ideas. I didn't realize it would be so hard to talk constantly when you're not talking about the figure. It's a bit of a mission, eh? I must admit. No wonder the O's use backing tracks. But what can you do? What can you do? A very, very dope figure. And I actually dig that pose. I'm liking that pose. But I can't put him in the display cabinet like that. So we'll have to make a plan and change it up. But yeah, I can imagine him in IC Customs Colosseum diorama kicking everybody's butts because they've only got swords. We've got spears. Okay, that's enough. Enough of that. Let's leave you with that view. And I'll say thanks for watching the video this far. And also, please hit subscribe, like, or comment. And let us know how you feel about this new segment we're doing with the posing and that. You won't get very much of that, to be fair, because the pose is in the actual figure, you know. But it was dope doing it with the Saving Private Ryans. So I thought I would do it with Gladiator. Has it worked out that well? Only time will tell, eh? But yeah, for now, stay healthy, stay happy. More importantly, you and your family stay safe. And yeah, the Don says, peace out.